to do it with us this morning, but I hadn't seen him. Probably sleeping.
Is he an early riser?
Coffee and Pokemon, episode 12. Yeah, here with Zach Humphrey.
Is it 12?
I think it's episode
1,
number
2,
12.
the big 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're coming after you.
We only have 100 more episodes until we get to 123.
Right?
No,
we're gonna get up there with Mr. Rogan himself, Mr. Joe Rogan. Didn't he have like 2,000 podcast episodes or something? Probably because he doesn't skip.
Yeah. I have to take way more testosterone before we could be at the same level of Mr. Rogan. He just pounds testosterone. Dude's becoming progressively more muscular since his time at, what was it, Fear Factor? Remember that?
Yeah, right?
No, he's just jacked.
An advocate of working out, right? Like that's part of his morning mantra, I know, is he gets up and he just knocks out that workout, whether he feels like it or not. Me, I probably work out. I work out at least like 10 minutes a day. I go for like a brief run just to get my blood up. And then I do like a little bit of core or a little bit of weight stuff because I'm at that. I'm 33 years old. I haven't like really exercised in like 5 years. And so my joints and ligaments hate me. So I feel like I'm, like a 50-year-old man after I run. The next day I'm like, ugh, so sore. But yeah, anyway, Pokemon talk. So Logan Paul's doing the thing again. He's doing the thing again.
Yeah, I really thought like it was, I guess people were saying the whole time that it was likely him buying up all those boxes. Like it would be like, oh, it's probably Logan Paul, or oh, it's probably, every time I saw one of the boxes sell somewhere that somebody said it was probably Logan Paul.
Yeah, I wonder why he kept it on the DL. And I wonder why it hadn't got out till now. Because if people knew, Tori, you go to bed. If people knew.
Yeah, you sleep.
Like Logan Paul buys another box. Here we go. But actually, good for him for keeping that on the hush hush because it was more exciting of a thing to read or see the YouTube video of when he had like all 6 boxes. I'm sure that was the plan.
Yeah, it's interesting. Do you think it was maybe like get some heat off of him after the whole collectibles guru connection at the very beginning?
You know what I think? So, and this is because of his relationship now with PSA. I don't even know if Logan Paul really went and bought them all. I wouldn't be surprised if PSA bought all 5 or 6 and reached out to Logan Paul to say, hey, we're going to break these. And every time you break them, we get exclusive rights to grading these cards, because they're going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cards. Doesn't PSA work on that profit or that value range on a card? So they'll make money grading them. For the people that he sells the packs to, those people are going to want to get them graded, right? I don't think they're getting graded for free. And then they're going to be now PSA apparently, I don't see them only doing this for Logan Paul, but if you want some sort of like special, maybe you can pay some money now to have that. You can pay.
So is that what it's going to be? Like I have a big box break. I tell PSA about it. I wonder how that works. Is there must be some sort of marketing, affiliate there. Someone's making money off someone.
Yeah, Justin Sullivan, what's up? Because Logan Paul specifically said in an interview months and months ago that, I think he basically, to sum it up, he said, I've accomplished about everything I could accomplish with Pokemon. I've opened up the pinnacle of the products, the holy grail of Pokemon products. He probably just, went on an all-night bender on eBay and bought up every completed set of every Pokemon set, with his
why not?
with whatever was in his bank account at the time. And then he said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be continuing in the hobby. And I think he said something to the effect of going into carpentry or something like woodworking, if I remember correctly. And so what I think happened, no, for real, what I think happened.
It's so silly. It's true. That has to be true.
Yeah. What I think happened was, yeah. So PSA gets bought out by basically one guy in his company. So it's now a privately traded or a privately owned company,
Right.
no longer a publicly owned company. CGC is probably and Beckett are their only competition right now, and I'm sure that CGC for one has been dipping into Beckett and PSA's numbers because CGC's been on the rise. If you have stock in CGC, probably smart. Kudos. Because what people have done recently that I've seen is they've taken their Beckett or their CGC 10, pristine 10 with the 10, 10, 10, 10 subgrades where it's all 10s across the board, and they send that slab into Beckett, and then they get the black label. That's happened a few times now.
Right.
So it's, so that is increasing the reputation of CGC. And then, so PSA has not announced any price increases, which is the first time in forever that this time of year they have not done that.
And Beckett has.
Beckett and CGC has.
Beckett did. And
CGC has.
Yeah.
I believe they're doing that to deter or try to deter, like, average Joe from submitting 100, junk cards, bulk submission. Stuff he picked up for 50 cents a piece in hopes to sell for $10 a piece or something. I don't know, something like that to get numbers down, because they are trying to hire people. All these companies are, but you can't just, give somebody here, watch this 20-minute video. Now go grade cards. There's an extensive process to training these guys. Hey, Daria, good morning. And so I could, and it's just a gut feeling that I have because of the whole PSA thing, that where he gets to put his name on the PSA label, because I don't see it happening the other way. I don't see Logan Paul sitting down with his 12 friends that all live with him in his house. Hey guys, tonight we're not going to party, and we're just going to sit around and decide on a really tactful, smart venture this year and capitalize on the Pokemon stuff again, even though I already said that I was out.
That's a very good point. It's like, why would he have done it if he already felt that? Yeah, the only reason that I would have assumed is for him to make some separation from the community that was kind of tearing him apart a little bit there at the beginning. But that's also that also makes a lot of sense, because he did gain plenty of followers. He did bring plenty of people into the hobby the first time. He didn't necessarily need to do this.
And his YouTube video,
what would be?
I'm going to sell my house to buy Pokemon cards, right? Did he say that? Did you watch the YouTube video?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, he's like,
wasn't a girl in there? She's like, I knew you were going to do it.
The dude's not selling his.
You didn't know? How did you know that?
He's not selling his $50 million home to buy $2 million in Pokemon cards. He had the money.
Right. Well, I think
Yeah,
it makes sense from there's so much publicity happening. Whether we like it or not, it's going to bring a lot more people into the hobby, right? We know that there's going to be another big swing of people. There already was with the 25th anniversary coming. This just reinforces that. We got, Katy Perry is around now. We got Logan Paul, I guess, is one of our guys now, I suppose. That's
Katy Perry's in the Pokemon cards?
Yeah, Katy Perry's opening a box with Leonhardt at some point, and she's the official. She's doing some song for the 25th anniversary. It'll probably just be, about Pikachu.
I love Katy Perry.
Yeah, so we got Katy Perry going. Steve Aoki's already ripping cards with the DFW guys. I mean, it's, say what you want about whether you like these people or not. It really doesn't matter. They'll bring a ton of people into the hobby. And what I hope to see, I was a casual collector before 2020. I didn't really dig in hard until then. But what I hope to see is a lot of competition happening, and Pokemon just seeing okay, there's a ton of people right now. We have their attention. we got to do some cool shit,
Yeah,
And I hope that's what we get out of this. Thanks Logan Paul for the extra publicity and bringing in a bunch of people back to the hobby and hopefully growing our healthy community the right way.
yeah.
Do I also worry about the scalping side of it and what the frenzy that it brings? That's going to be.
Let's talk about the good side of it. So some of the good things that I anticipate happening because of it, and not just Logan Paul, like Katy Perry opening with Leonhardt. That sounds super cool. I think that's like the first time I've heard of a celebrity thing happening, and being excited to watch it. But Pokemon, of course, does not need help being the #1 grossing entertainment company in the world. Pokemon is huge, and Pokemon makes some money. So this is just them being ever more successful, more money going through the Pokemon system, which could potentially bring us more stuff. I mean, like, maybe the development that goes into.
Yes, it is. I stole my wife's computer. Don't want to do that.
But the money that's involved with developing, the next video games for Pokemon, right? So the healthier that Pokemon gets, the more money they have at their disposal because they're just selling more stuff. The more money they have to play with. So I did hear that they're building up not Pokemon, but the company that they use to print their cards. I forget exactly what their name is. It's Card something. And I believe Magic and Flesh and Blood use the same company to print cards. So that company has started building their infrastructure. The process has started, and they're opening more locations to print. That time frame, as it looks now, those facilities will be open in about 12 to 18 months, depending. And so here, so for this next year, we're going to see allocation issues, it looks like, because of the fact that it's supply and demand. But after, a year and a half, that if the hobby, if the hobby hasn't started to kind of, on its downfall because there's less social media stuff and, the hype is down, and so the hypists are gone. Then we're going to see more product, or we're going to see more product on the shelves because they have more facilities open. But yeah, like, I think that's fantastic for the company. I love Pokemon. I love that they're doing fantastic, awesome, and they're making money, and the Pokemon stockholders are probably like, yeah,
I mean,
this is amazing.
It's just like, now think about XY. Like, we see what happened with XY evolutions, and like, I mean, everybody liked that set. It just wasn't selling all that hot, before the frenzy really hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just tell that they're going to just double down on that nostalgia. They're going to be making more money. There's rumors that they're going to redo Diamond and Pearl, the game, which is a fan favorite for a lot of people.
I enjoyed Diamond.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Diamond.
People go crazy for that game.
I think that.
So yeah, I mean, it's not so bad. You got somebody that maybe, like, we don't necessarily believe is in the hobby for all of the right reasons, but regardless, the other people that will come due to that type of exposure, they're going to be good people that want to collect cards.
Yeah.
Let's let them in and be super nice to them, and hopefully they don't learn anything toxic from other people that are already in here. And yeah, I hate gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gatekeepers, for real. Just leave the gates open. Youngest, good morning, bro. And Robbie Rayborn, good morning. Yeah, so we touched on the Logan Paul thing a little bit. Is there anything you want to add on top of that? So it's going to be fun. Like, it'll be a fun watch. I love seeing, exciting product being opened. Have you seen any of the reactions videos from his last box break, where, like, the Charizard, right? So I think he pre-sold most of those packs, and so when he pulled
Mm-hmm.
the Charizard, it wasn't his. Somebody, he auctioned off all those packs, and I believe a good
Yeah.
chunk of money went to charity too. So there's that. There's another good side is he is giving back.
Yeah, that's true.
He's giving back
Yeah.
to the community in the form of charitable donations with these box openings. But yeah, like the guy that he pulled the Charizard for was a German guy. And so it was like, somebody videotaping reactions. And when he pulled that, you would have thought Germany won like the World Cup. I mean, there was a dozen guys in the room and they just went like crazy. They're like, yes, let's go.
Dude, that's great. I have to watch that.
Yeah, and that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Like, I think me and Trevor have talked about eventually for Aurora Beam Collectibles buying a pack or something out of one of those big box breaks. Because you can do that as a company too, where they'll like, you buy them and then Steve Aoki or whoever, Logan Paul be like, oh yeah, this one was bought on behalf of, Aurora Beam Collectibles or whatever company. And you can do it that way too. So we've talked about potentially doing that. And then, auctioning off the cards or selling the cards anyway. But yeah, seriously, that would be, how cool would that feel? But it was, it's almost nerve wracking having somebody else hold that type of card for you though, too. So I'd jump up like that and then I'd immediately be on my screen. My card. Right. Careful with that thing. Yeah, so they said King Pokemon when he does his breaks. Like the theory is that he kind of bends his cards a little bit to try to ding the niceness of him to keep his pop levels high on his class.
That's some bullshit, man.
It's just a conspiracy theory. People will say whatever. Yeah, you're bending the cards. Okay, whatever.
Was it Steve Aoki? There was some box break that I watched where they were opening up like base set boosters and they were like raw dogging these cards into top loaders without a penny sleeve. And yeah, it was like, what are you guys doing? Have you ever opened Pokemon product before? Like we penny sleeved you.
There has to be like somebody, like if you even acquired the box, there has to be somebody in the room that's like, oh yeah, we're definitely not doing this right.
Yeah, how much are the packs going for? So from what I saw, his packs are being auctioned, and the last I saw, most of them starting bids were $10,000, and most of them have had at least one bid of $10,000. So that's $360,000 a box times what is it? 6? He has 6 of them, or 5, 6. That's $2,160,000. So if he sells all the packs for $10,000, he makes $160,000 and makes his $2 million back. And then he gets to buy his house back since he sold his house to go.
I mean, yeah, so much of that is market and ad revenue that he gains from all that. I don't even know how much. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Like all of us watching, those are new viewers and that's new ad revenue. So like,
yeah, man.
I don't know how exactly he makes his money, but I don't even know if he'll end up selling the packs or if they'll go to charity and he'll just make the money off the ad revenue or how that'll work.
I think a lot of times too, these guys that have big YouTube channels, from what I hear, like they'll make somewhere in the ballpark of like a penny a view.
Mm-hmm.
And so his videos get what, 90 million views?
Yeah.
So if that's 90 million, I got my calculator with me.
Is that one is it a smart calculator?
That's $900,000 he makes in just his YouTube revenue for one video at 90 million views.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like for all the videos he's gonna make around this, I think he'll make well over 2 million just on the new viewers coming from Pokemon.
Yeah,
not to mention everybody else that I had a buddy text me yesterday who knew that I'd been running a Pokemon business, who knew that I love the hobby, who loves Legos, who's a Star Wars. He's all the things that would make you a Pokemon fan, but he's never reached out to me about the hobby at all. Right? Texted me out of the blue yesterday. He goes, dude, I think I am obsessed with watching people open Pokemon cards online.
Who said this?
I was like, this is a good friend of mine that I we just never really talk about Pokemon. He just so happened to text me out of the blue and knows that I own a web store and knows all this stuff, but
Yeah.
has never really asked me about the hobby. And he just out of the blue texted me. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Dude, I'm obsessed with watching people open Pokemon cards. Where do I start? How do I start? Tell me all about it."
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Yeah. I
just think about
remember.
all of those type of people out of the blue right now are just gonna come into the hobby. So that's just more and more ad revenue for Mr. Paul. And he mentioned that he's like, I saw Logan Paul, I saw Leonhard. He's like, those are the first two people he sent to me were those two people that he's watching right now. And I was just like, yeah.
Joey Caster, I'll answer your questions here in just a minute. When I first got back into Pokemon, I watched people open packs. I watched Leonhart and some others because I was also learning. I was learning the new sets and what was in them and what's exciting about them. And, they would make comments about cards, chase cards. You'd see value on stuff too. So if you watch them enough, you gain knowledge about, current market value on stuff, the scarcity of things. Joey Caster, 10K not bad, makes a really good point. You could probably get 3K to 5K back just from grading the commons and uncommons in those packs because they are Shadowless first edition. Like if you get the Pikachu or if you get the Charmander, those are some big dollar, especially if they're PSA 10s.
Yeah, I think Eoki and King Pokemon's break, they weren't first edition Shadowless boxes, but they were base set boxes, and they were, I think, 1,900 a pack or something like that at the time. I think that was like 3 months ago. So yeah, like you said, like for the most part, those prices aren't crazy now with how everything's jumping up and up. I mean, if you look at particularly that subset, first edition, base, shadowless, anything that's vintage, the prices at the beginning of this year have just outpaced everything you've paid. Even XY Evo, which isn't even vintage, it's just a reprint of vintage.
Yeah.
I don't think we're at the, a couple weeks ago, I was like, I think we're at the top. After all this, I don't think we're at the top. I think those sets continue to just go up and up. So yeah, you say it's not bad at 10K. I think the same thing. Like we say 3 to 5K back right now, but by mid next year, you might be getting 10K back. Those grades,
Yeah, because this is
the prices are just outpacing expectations over and over again.
Yeah, this is what kind of happens, right? It's like there's only so much Wizard of the Coast out there. So whenever something like this happens on the scale that Logan Paul is doing it, and it gets views, right? People are talking, the word is spreading. More people are getting into the hobby because it's popular. I mean, there's people that are like, Pokemon may just not have been on anyone's radar since they were kids, and then all of a sudden, maybe somebody doesn't see, anything Pokemon related until Logan Paul does this video. Maybe they just have been clueless for the past year of what's been going on, and they're like, "Oh, nice, Pokemon." And then now these, extra several million people that are joining the hobby here in 2021. Well, they want sealed product, they want cards for their collections, they want stuff off the shelves. And so it's just going to, make that available supply dwindle more. And the less that we have of something available for sale, the price is
And I think Pokemon is already seeing that this is going to happen, so they're doubling down on the nostalgia. They repackaged Evo in 5 different ways and sold it back to you. They, they're doing all the starter set stuff to give you all of or starter Pokemon stuff this year to really give you that jolt of nostalgia. I'm willing to bet we're going to see more of the big 3. I bet we're going to see more of Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, right? We're probably going to just have a torrent of Pikachu. Eevee, there's already, they trademarked a different Eeveelution's name a few weeks back, so we'll probably see a big Eevee set. So it's just like all these fan favorites. They're like let's just do
Eeveelution?
Yeah, what was that?
Like a new Eeveelution?
Yeah, well, they trademarked, what was it?
VMAX Climax?
It's not VMAX Climax. No, it was related to Eevee. I saw this like 3 weeks ago. I think it's on Pokemon Garden, but it was Eevee Focus Set is likely what the name was referring to.
Okay,
So I'd imagine we have a set that's focused on Eevee.
it's going to be the name of whatever that set is. Maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it was a trademark that they put a while back. But yeah, as far as getting the cards graded, whoever just asked that, I don't know if that's going to be. I think you have to tell whoever's doing the box break you still want it graded, but I believe that they will send it and it will be a slab that's specific to that box break. Which is why.
So it's going to say for Logan Paul's sake, and I think what his video said is if anything or any of the holographics come back a 10, which he might do it for just all of them, but it's up to PSA. But basically, any 10s that come back get the Logan Paul name on it. Yeah, from Logan Paul's
Eevee Heroes.
So yeah,
Brian
Tanzak said no, he didn't sell his house. I don't think he sold his house. I don't see anybody selling their house to do that. Does he pay for the cards to get graded, or since he's to deal with PSA? I wouldn't be surprised if PSA offered to grade all those cards for free because if I was PSA, I would say, yo, I'd be like, let me grade all those cards for free. I'll let you put your Logan Paul name on the break because I want all of those Pokemon cards in PSA slabs.
So what happens, Curtis, if I get a PSA like 10 from a Logan Paul box break, and I decide that I want to try for the black label for Beckett, and I send that slab in, would they then, if I got the black label, it wouldn't be labeled as a box break card, right? They would just, I wonder how that's going to happen, if they'll even allow that or not.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
That's what I do. I give everything to PSA, and if I get a PSA 10 and I want to risk it, then I'm going to send it to Beckett. That's classically what I do.
I would say yes, because I don't want to deter people from letting my slab house that card. Because that's something, too.
Right.
Like, as a company like that, you want those $100,000 plus cards in your slab, just period. It doesn't matter if they're paying you to do it or what. In a situation like that, that's honestly what I think happened. I think PSA bought all these boxes up. I think they reached out to Logan Paul and say, hey, we're going to set this up and partner with you on this. Oh, by the way, any of the money that you make on these breaks, we're going to be splitting. And any 10s you get out of there, we're going to let you put your name on, Mr. Logan Paul, and he's like, oh boy, I can't wait.
I would probably do that too.
That's probably, a little bit of the guy's MO is, it's not money at this point. He just makes money on the daily sleep. Like he could be sleeping for a week and still make money off of his videos and the social media. But it's like, yeah, well, because PSA, kind of did that ownership change recently. They're privately owned. Because they're privately owned, they can do a lot of things now without, answering to anybody, because they're not publicly owned. But yeah, it's interesting. I really think something like that happened. I don't know for a fact. That's just my opinion. What card from the last 2 years is going to be most valuable in 10 years? My guess is the Rainbow Pikachu. Card from the last 2 years, like from sets that were released in the last 2 years, to be the most valuable in 10 years.
We're talking Sword and Shield, essentially?
Probably just modern stuff. I think that's what the question is catered to. Anything that came out in the last couple of years that they didn't print a lot of, things that you could only get in like special products, maybe like promos from special products, like the armor.
Zamazenta gold cards in anything else but those Sword and Shield premium boxes. I have a feeling those are going to climb pretty crazy.
Yeah, because I don't see
those Sword and Shield premium boxes were not around too much.
Yeah. I don't see them making those boxes a lot or again, very many times because of just what it is. It's a complex product that they have to specially make a lot of things for. Like they're not using those boxes for anything else other than that ultra premium collection. The promos they might put in something else because it's a promo card. They can reprint a promo, but probably not. Armored Mewtwo's from the 2019 Fall Collector's Chest. Those are scarce. The Armored Mewtwo's are a hard grade. There's a lot of holofoil on those. For a promo card that is just over a year old and a $1,000 PSA 10 and climbing, that's one to watch.
Somebody said the big one, the special delivery Pika.
The special delivery Pikachu and Charizard, if they don't go ham and print a shit ton more of those. Yeah. If you guys have a lot of those and you're waiting to cash in on them, I would recommend selling them now, the extra ones anyway, like maybe the ones you don't want to grade or the ones that aren't going in your collection, because they are $200-$300 a card raw now. Before Pokemon Center announces, on their website again, oh, we're doing the special delivery Pikachus again because it's a card, you can reprint them. They print those cards in the same place that all of the other Pokemon cards get printed. They have the ability to print more.
Yeah, and what if next year they decide to do the same thing every year, a Pikachu and a Charizard? We might see.
Well, you better believe I'm going to get some. I didn't get any of those. I sat on my hands and was like, oh, yeah, they're cool. I don't know. I just wasn't that excited about them, so I didn't go to Pokemon Center and do the, $50, $20 orders to get as many as I possibly could.
I just didn't think it would be that big of a deal.
In hindsight, I should have.
Pikachu is just, somebody said the VMAX Rainbow Pikachu might be one of those cards, and that might too, depending on how we see the print runs of Vivid Voltage go. It's a super hard card to pull. That one might continue to just climb and climb if we don't see reprints. But we've seen with Champion's Path, the Zards, even the Rainbow Zard dropped pretty harshly after, 3-4 months after CP released is when that drop happened. It went from $500 to $250. Pretty quickly. So we'll see on the Rainbow Pikachu. That's still a little out there. Vivid Voltage is at $200 a booster box right now, but I just can't believe they wouldn't. Pokemon this year, particularly with how much product, how difficult it's going to be to get product, I just see them reprinting it. Again, I'm guessing there on Vivid, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see that at least a couple more times. So the ruling's out on the Pika, but perhaps.
One, in my opinion, if you guys have money to let sit in sealed product for, a year, maybe 2, is buy Champion's Path right now. It is so cheap. Champion's Path is retail or less you can find it. Granted, people are just tired of the set right now, but let's compare it to Shining Legends. So Shining Legends was the 2017 fall special set. After that was Dragon Majesty, and then we had Hidden Fates. So Shining Legends had a short reprint here this past year. You saw it in stores, but man, for a set that the most expensive card in it is $80 or $90, it's now a $25 booster pack. And one of these sealed products here, like these retailed for $20. This is a $100 product right now because it's got 4 packs or 4 booster packs in it. Yeah. Just the makeup of Champion's Path having 2 beautiful Charizard chase cards, you better believe that price is going to go up. It's going to be a year. It might take 2. But by God, that's going to be $150 Elite Trainer box like Fates Collide, or Celestial Storm or Unbroken Bonds, right? Unbroken Bonds is getting close to $200 for an Elite Trainer box.
Did you see? It's kind of strange though, because now I'm seeing Steam Siege go at almost $180 too. For a booster box,
For a booster box, sure.
some of that stuff comes around. But man, the Champion's Path, any holiday set, Dragon's Majesty, even people didn't even really like that set, and it still came around. So yeah, with 2 Zards in there, I know it does, just like you said, I know it kind of sucks to get Marnie 30 times or Machamp 30 times, but people are going to freak out over that set, 4, 5, 6 years from now, if they can still get it. So
sealed collectors.
I imagine we're still going to see more of those reprints too. So get it while you can. We have Hatterene boxes and double boxes stocked right now. And I think our upcharge on MSRP is like $5 or something like that. For those. So get them. People are starting to hit shelves. I've been to GameStops all over town, and I've seen a bunch of them sitting too. So people are letting them sit, which I'm actually kind of surprised at, because those cards will be good. Those are 2 beautiful cards.
If you can get them cheaper too, get that Target Circle app. Look for those 10, 15% off game coupons. Go in there, get them as cheap as you can. Let them sit in your closet, and you're welcome. That's going to be, for a sealed collection too, Champion's Path is a beautiful sealed collection. The boxes on those are beautiful. The Elite Trainer box is black and gold with a Charizard VMAX on it. Are you kidding me? Like, who would not want or have to have that in their sealed collection? And there are going to be, like we talked about, potentially millions of new people getting into the hobby this year. Well, do you not think they're all not going to want a Champion's Path Elite Trainer box and their sealed collection? Anyway, Steve Swanson asks, Battle Academy, good investment? My target has 20. The Battle Academy boxes. Battle Academy boxes will have a promo card in them, right? From Hidden Fates. One of the
They have a separate stamp, I believe, as well.
Ooh, so Battle Academy stamp. So if you get a Charizard promo out of that with a Battle Academy stamp, I wonder.
I believe they do.
Battle.
And that's just it. I guess think about the cover of that Battle Academy, right? It has a Charizard on it. It has a Pikachu on it. It has a trainer on it. It's cool. It has cards, a chance at 3 different types of cards in it. Like, I think that thing's a good hold. But once again, you're gonna have to, bide your time with it. It's not gonna be something, tomorrow that's gonna be a good flip.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up the PSA 10 on this Charizard here real quick. It does have a stamp on it.
But I think they're beautiful. Like, I think I'm gonna pick up a Battle Academy box just to keep in my sealed collection because they're really pretty. But everything that I see at Target seems to have a rip in it. So it's like every kid grabs those boxes.
I'm going to throw this up on the stream here, and I want you to tell me, because it looks like there's 2. Or I think, honestly, all the cards will have this little, come here, this little Battle Academy.
Oh, really? Do they all have a stamp?
I think so. So check this out. Can you see that?
Oh, that's cool.
So that's and they're numbered like the I guess the number in the. You get a deck. You get a playable deck in there.
Yeah, you get a deck, and then you get one of 3 Hidden Fates, like the Zard, the Pikachu, or something else.
Yeah, so here is a PSA 10. The one was this January 15th, 2021, the only PSA 10 that exists. So that's something also to be mindful of is population.
Dude, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Charizard.
Yeah, you get 3 decks, Hidden Fates, Mewtwo, and a Zard GX. My nephew had one. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I like that. Dude, that stamp is sick. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This guy took best offer on his $500 slab, but dude, if the population is 1 or small,
I could see what that actually sold for.
Yeah. So granted, to make this worth it, you do have to buy a lot of boxes and grade a lot of Charizards, or you have to pull the Charizard out of it, because I don't think you get one of the 3, right?
I think you get one of the 3 unless I believe that's correct.
Yeah. So Battle Academy boxes, potentially you get booster packs in there too, don't you? Don't you get packs in there?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of the trainer kit?
I think you're thinking of the trainer kit.
Okay.
You're thinking of the trainer kit.
Steve's like, be right back, ready to buy all the Battle Academy. So actually, let's see what Battle Academy boxes are currently selling for.
I'm looking for that slab. I want to see what it actually sold for.
Pokemon Battle Academy box. So they look like about $25. I mean, that's kind of where they've always been at.
Best offer accepted. I'm looking at that 10 to see what it actually sold.
Yeah, but a cool product. My nephew got all 3 decks, I think, in one. Let's see.
So maybe that way you can play multiple people?
Let me see about hanging around. I'm grabbing it. Yeah. So, I mean, if you have the money. So here's the thing right now, too, because anytime I ever buy anything, this is my thought process. As I walk into, and I see Champion's Path on the shelf of Target. One, I have a Target red card, so you get 5% off. So a $50 Elite Trainer box, I'm like, okay, I think about it as like a stock. So I have an Elite Trainer box for $50. I buy it, I pick it up. What's the worst case scenario here? Well, I sell it and make my money back. Like I can move that easy and make my money back. So, to me, it's worth that little bit of risk to hang on to see if, who knows when it's going to happen. It could be a month from now. We've seen how products just, exponentially grow in price over the span of days, or week or two. So yeah, to me, it's worth it to pick them up because if you had to sell it, post it on Goldenrod City Facebook page. Hey, $50 plus shipping. Who wants it? It'll be gone in probably minutes.
Yeah, we try to not clear any shelves for our business, right? We try to only buy from distributors if we can. But it's hard, like when you see that good of product sitting there, like, yeah, it is a nice little investment. And if I buy one thing, like that was when I was just collecting, that's always what I did. I'd buy one thing so that I could try to make some money up for the other thing that I'm about ready to open, right? Yeah. And that's just kind of how I did it.
You can do
so when I ordered Champion's Path or whatever pre-orders, I'd always try to get 2 of everything, and that was kind of always my goal, was to open one product from each thing and then sell one product from each thing to try to make it back.
Yeah.
You ready to open a pack?
Yeah, you're ready to open a pack? We covered a lot of stuff here. Let's do it. Your turn.
All right. Another Vivid Voltage because I had good luck on the last one.
Oh, yeah. So it's fun, right? If it's got Pikachu, it's mine.
I don't know. I have a group of like 6 people close friends that I collect with, and we've ripped collectively a lot of Vivid over, well over 2,000 packs probably as a group, and nobody's hit the rainbow yet.
Damn.
It's been very frustrating. So damn. I really hope.
Yeah, I've only gotten one in all of my Vivid rippings. Taylor Parmelli. You better still have that too.
Oh, well, it's a green code card, so we shall see. 1, 2.
I'll take an amazing one.
Okay.
Just kidding. Not mine. I'm just going to be looking at them.
Okay. How's that on the screen?
I'm practicing my reaction. What? Okay, wait, wrong way. Here we go. I need to go this way. What?
Well, I thought I had put the cards out wrong right away. Oh, dude, a Riolu. I'll keep that.
Sandile.
Whaler. I actually really like Wilmer and Wailord too.
Oldham. What? No way. We got B-Drill reverse. We got that big BB. Oh, we got both B-Drills. We got both.
Oh, come on.
Let's go.
Dual B-Drill.
There we go. Got them.
Let's see. Elusive Master. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is the last card in your hand, you may play it onto your bench. If you do, draw 3 cards, pointless ability. Thank you. I
love a B-Drill. All right, my dude.
Whatever, man.
This has been episode 12 of Coffee and Pokemon. War Curdle here with Zach Humphrey of AuroraBeamCollectibles.com. They got new products in. Check them out. We got the Battle V deck boxes. Boom. If you're looking for the Venusaur or Blastoise Battle V boxes, check out Aurora Beam. Ducky City also has Champion's Path in stock, and you guys should have some more Darkness Ablaze booster boxes too as well.
At 2 p.m. today, we will be stocking. We'll be stocking DAB. That's when our USPS rep drops everything. So we'll be stocking that today, and then we'll have. So there's these Meowth boxes. I don't know if you guys have seen these things, but they have Cosmic Eclipse in them. They got XY Evo, Unified Minds. They're absolute fire. So we got those in stock too.
Are those 4-pack boxes or 5?
I think they're 5.
Because I know the old Meowth VMAX boxes had 5 in them. But for some reason, somebody told me they have they have a new one that only has 4. I don't know. You'll let me know, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's on our page. 1, 2. Our picture shows 5.
It should be 5. I don't think I've seen it with.
It should be 5, but this one also shows a team up in it, and I know a team up isn't in it anymore. But this is the box the distributors gave us. So.
Trevor says 4. Trevor says 4 packs. Man, if you can find the old 5-pack one with a team up in it, like at some backwoods Walmart or something, that'd be dope. 2 Cosmic, 1 Unified Mind, 1 Eva. That's still a stacked box. That's got
it is, man. We were pumped to see those in there.
So that's probably just pack value alone is like a $40 box.
Yeah,
that's about $40 worth of packs.
And we are selling it for $39.99.
Yeah, for a sealed product with that stuff in it, with products with sealed product, that's probably going to be. Unified Minds, I think, is on the rise. Cosmic, I don't know if it's gonna go beyond the $10 mark. I think it was $10 for a while, especially with a reprint coming up. Evo is, I don't know. There are XY sets, booster boxes that are thousands of dollars. Evo's,
yeah, roll the dice on any given day. That's what Evo costs,
Yeah, I mean, right now it's around $1,000. What, $800 to $1,000 for a booster box of Evo? It'll keep going up as long as people keep buying it.
Yeah.
Anyway, brother, I love you.
Calling, I think that'll happen.
Have a great weekend.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody in Goldenrod.